President Joe Biden has been taken to task recently for the allegations that he has been paid for political favors from high level people who have strong connections to countries that are adversarial to the US and notorious for their corruption. Allegations of bribery and other sorts of unethical behavior from politicians is nothing new. It is a tale as old as time. But the way it is done looks different now than it did in years prior. Today, we still have secret meetings and backroom deals, but due to the complexity of our modern legal system and our tax system, ill-intentioned people play this system like an orchestra conductor. Based on the evidence we have thus far, Biden appears to be using his knowledge and skills that can only be obtained through centuries of experience as an entrenched DC empty suit to use this system to pad his own pockets. What are the methods that are used that result in the behavior that people brand as typical corrupted politician behavior? The shadowy figure who works in a wood-paneled study and sips fine whiskey as he ponders his next chess move in this game we call life. Well, to start off, politicians do not want their name dragged through the mud. They wish to be viewed as an honest broker that will fight for the public. So they create a series of businesses, usually in the form of an LLC, that can be the face of their financial transactions. This helps shield them from being more easily noticed, especially if they install a proxy to front the company. These businesses are used as a framework where money can be transferred from one company to another, which can obfuscate the coming and going of it as well as its origins. This intentional lack of transparency grants the politicians an out if they are ever questioned. Even if the public is interested and gives the politician an ear, most will likely have their eyes glaze over once the politician begins to discuss the complexities of business structures and the tax code. Money can come in for services that are never actually delivered. For example, an energy company can pay a politician for consultative services. On paper, this checks out, but in reality, these services only exist on paper because they were never actually provided. To avoid the appearance that nothing was given in exchange for the money, consulting is listed as the reason. Generally speaking, consulting is very vague, so it can be used as a fill-in for any non-activity. This so-called consulting can raise red flags under specific scenarios, but it can easily lie under the radar if the behavior does not reach enough of a crescendo to raise suspicion. Some scenarios include offering advice on areas where the politician has no expertise, or the politician is receiving a dollar amount that is much higher than the industry average. When a politician receives money in these situations, it really makes you wonder what is truly being exchanged. Using reason, you can easily rationalize that it is political influence. Much of this political influence is very difficult to track. For example, if this energy company pays a politician, the politician agrees to make a couple phone calls to vouch for their CEO and link them into their network of powerful people. Or in a potentially more malfeasant way, the politician pockets this money and, in return, advocates for laws or initiates policy change that favor the energy company. We have to accept the fact that political corruption will always exist, but we must not tolerate it and do everything we can to prevent it from happening. It too often gets ignored for the sake of keeping the image of certain politicians or political parties squeaky clean. No matter who is playing dirty politics, we must always call it out, because if we don't, bad faith players will see that they have more breathing room for maneuvering within a corrupt framework without retribution. Through a culture that is tough on corruption, we can more easily weed out politicians who are taking advantage of their position against the interest of the public. Lastly, I would like to thank you all for watching this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and also comment and share the video. This is the Agency of Influence.